home for the most local news. News 10 ABC starts now.
He's been terminated from his full-time job.
A sheriff's deputy is off the streets after he is arrested. News 10 ABC has learned details about the sex allegations. Plus,
I walked out of there feeling like they were really going to do something about it, and I am just stunned.
A college student says that she was raped and her school did not do enough to help her out. We take her concerns to the campus. And
you don't sell off the best of a museum.
critics failed to stop an art auction in court. Now museum leadership is speaking out. They say the sale is necessary.
We're going to begin, though, with a big story today. A sheriff's deputy has now been fired, and News 10 ABC has learned he's facing a sex charge.
In an unusual move, though, he's being accused as a juvenile. News 10 ABC's Anya Tucker tells us why.
But you've heard that this is a charge that is sexual in nature.
Absolutely, yes, I have, and that's why he's been terminated from his full-time job and effectively terminated as part-time officer with me.
Cambridge Greenwich Police Chief George Bell told me he was recently notified that one of his now former officers, Corey Wagner, seen here in this 2015 News 10 ABC story, had been arrested, facing sexual abuse allegations. But that in an unusual turn of events, the case would not be handled in the criminal court, but rather in family court, because the alleged crime occurred more than 15 years ago.
He's a juvenile, technically, even though the man is 27 years old. You know, what I know of the thing, it happened when he was allegedly 12 years old.
Because it's in family court, the case is sealed. But law enforcement sources tell News 10 ABC that Wagner is facing a charge of criminal sex act in the first degree. Wagner had also been working for the Rensselaer County Sheriff's Office, having been sworn in just 2 weeks ago. But today, the sheriff announced that the rookie deputy has been fired due to his arrest, saying, quote, the alleged incident was in no way connected to the sheriff's office, nor did it occur during Wagner's employment with Rensselaer County. Has anyone else come forward that you know of within the community or to police?
Not in my community.
Are you concerned that over this time period, this many years, that there's a possibility that there could be some potential other victims out there?
Sure, absolutely. There's always in a case like this.
I'm told that the statute of limitations does not apply in this case and that the details will be sealed as it moves on through family court. Now, we made several attempts to locate Wagner for comment, but we could not find him. In Troy, Anya Tucker, News 10 ABC.
Thank you, Anya. So how did all of this unravel? Well, News 10 ABC has been told that this case stems from a recent child pornography investigation. The suspect in that case, different person, opened up about their past, and that's when this alleged sexual abuse involving the former officer was revealed. New at 6, a Warrensburg high school student is facing a felony. He is accused of choking a fellow student while they were both in the school. Warren County officers say 18-year-old Kyle Boland choked the victim from behind, causing him to lose consciousness, fall to the floor, and hit his head. Boland has been arraigned and released. Now to a News 10 ABC exclusive story. An HVCC student in Troy telling us that she was raped, and now she has to go back to class with the alleged attacker. News 10 ABC's Lexi Nall has details.
A Hudson Valley Community College student says the college discouraged her from reporting her rape to police. So what is the campus protocol and how did her alleged rapist walk free? I sat down with the woman who says this system failed her.
It's not okay to force yourself onto or into another person.
This Hudson Valley Community College student says that after she was sexually assaulted by a classmate, she turned to a trusted professor on campus.
My professor referred me to the Title IX coordinator.
And she says what the Title IX coordinator told her next was discouraging.
She told me that she's seen cases like this before and they're very hard to prove.
And so even though she was told contacting police was an option, the student turned the matter over to the school.
In terms of reporting, they have the option to either report on campus and move through their judicial process, or they also have the option to report off campus to local law enforcement. You don't want to sway a victim or survivor one way or another.
The school's Title IX coordinator declined an on-camera interview. Instead, the school sent a statement explaining the college complies with state and federal law. All students are informed of their rights, including the right to make a report to college public safety, local law enforcement, and/or state police. A panel of Hudson Valley students and school officials let the alleged rapist resume classes with no punishment.
I walked out of there feeling like they were really going to do something about it, and I am just stunned.
Reporting in Troy, I'm Lexi Nall, News 10, ABC.
New details now in the search for evidence in a cold case. Police telling us they have wrapped up their work at a Fulton County site, and they did not find anything of value to the investigation. Search started yesterday and continued today at a property on Route 30 in Northampton. It was connected to the Tammy McCormick case. She went missing back in 1986 when she was only 13 years old. The case is still open. Police in Albany are investigating a shooting happened around 4 p.m. today on Hunter Avenue. Officers say the 17-year-old victim suffered a gunshot wound to the abdomen. He's expected to recover. No suspects yet in custody.
Continuing coverage now on an art auction controversy brewing in the Berkshires. A court is now ruling the sale can go on as scheduled. News 10 ABC's Rachel Kunis has been dedicated to the story for a while now. She has your update.
51 years in the art business, and Charles Flint has never seen a deaccession as depleting as the one planned by the Berkshire Museum.
No, it makes no sense to me.
Timeless works by iconic artists like Norman Rockwell will be lost to the public next week. A Berkshire County Superior Court judge ruled in favor of the museum's planned sale of 40 pieces of artwork. The community is devastated.
You don't sell off the best of a museum and completely rip apart one of the nicest buildings in Pittsfield.
Judge John Agostini says the plaintiffs have no legal standing and scolded the Attorney General's office for its incomplete investigation, writing, "The AGO has given this court utterly no reason to expect that convincing evidence will ever be forthcoming." Board of Trustees President Elizabeth McGraw says it took 2 years to make the difficult decision to deaccess.
The responsibility of keeping this museum open and sustainable and relevant weighed so heavily on myself and the board. That's what kept me up at night.
While Flint respects the court's decision, he worries about consequences the museum will face from other institutions and donors.
I think once they burn that bridge, I think it's not going to be rebuilt again.
The 2 Norman Rockwell paintings will be among the first items to go up for auction on Monday, November 13th. Reporting in Pittsfield, I'm Rachel Kunis for News 10, ABC.
Election day yesterday showing a relatively low number of voters casting ballots. A new mayor will be welcomed in Saratoga Springs. Current mayor keeps her job in Albany. And a constitutional convention question solidly rejected. At this point, though, the race for Rensselaer County's next executive is still up in the air. Republican Steve McLaughlin is ahead by more than 900 votes. Democrat Andrea Smith not conceding, though, until absentee ballots are counted. That process should start on Monday. If you missed any of our election coverage, don't worry. We have full results for more than 300 races posted on our website, news10.com.
All right, time now to talk with our chief meteorologist, Steve Caprizzo. I can see from my side view he's putting his coat on. Good thing, because it's getting cold out there.
Yeah, I'm cold over here. We got a little wind chill. And, tonight, just as cold as last night. So you woke up this morning, you did one of these because you looked out and the frost was so heavy on the grass and on everything. It looked white this morning, I know, at my house. 34 at 7 o'clock tonight in Albany. We're going to drop down into the mid-20s. In fact, I think for Albany, a little bit colder than last night. 29 at midnight, 25 at 7 a.m. We'll be down near 10 in the Adirondacks, northern Hamilton County, up into the high peaks. How cold was it this morning? Here's a sampling. Saranac Lake, 11. Indian Lake, 18. I think everybody the same or 2 or 3 degrees cooler. Glens Falls, Cobleskill, 20. Peck Lake, 21. Delanson, Buskirk, Bennington, all in the low 20s. North Adams, 27. In Albany, 27. That is the coldest temperature of the fall season. Cold tonight in Bennington. Here's your storm tracker weather cam, but it is dry. And fortunately, not much in the way of wind. Down to 36 in Albany. The key tonight, clear and calm. That means the temperatures are going to drop like a rock. So we're in that wedge of clear, dry air that will be with us tonight and part of tomorrow. I think tomorrow afternoon, a little bit more in the way of clouds. Get ready. The coldest weather of the season will be here on Friday. Much more on that later in the newscast. John?
All right, thank you, Cap. We all know those people willing to just step up immediately and put in the hard work to make their community a better place.
She is a strong voice for the neighborhood.
After the break, we meet a woman who's made a real impact shaping the future even in her retirement.
Plus, a Lamborghini seized in a criminal case now has a new owner. We'll tell you how much this beauty actually went for on the auction block.
Here's a quick look at what you can watch tonight on News 10 ABC. Starting at 8, country music's biggest stars perform at the CMA Awards. And then stay tuned for local news at 11. Our inspiring woman today has played a part in nearly all the recent renewal projects in the Pine Hills neighborhood of Albany.
When there's something wrong there, she's the first one to jump up and say, let's fix it. News 10 ABC's Tim Lake has her story.
It looks much, much better now.
Virginia Hammer is the squeaky wheel who gets all the grease in the Pine Hills Neighborhood Association.
Basically, I like to get things done.
Virginia has been at the forefront of a Pine Hills community renewal, from theater to restaurants to landscaping parks.
I like to get ideas or take other people's ideas, but whatever sounds good and whatever sounds doable, I'm just ready to try to take it on.
Virginia Hammer is the kind of person that every neighborhood needs.
Pine Hills author Akeem Norder is an historian with a book about the neighborhood to be published in February.
If there is a problem in the Pine Hills, she is perfectly willing to be a thorn in everybody's side until it gets fixed. She is a strong voice for the neighborhood.
When Virginia Hammer learned that the original Pine Hills Library would be closing, she pushed so hard they ended up with a beautiful new library.
People use it for tutoring, for meetings. It's a community center. I'm always here because I love the library.
When the Pine Hills Elementary School needed a new playground, Virginia Hammer organized the association to raise $6,000 from a book sale.
You guys all set? Yeah.
Sunday, hundreds of UAlbany students turned out at Pine Hills Ridgefield Park and then scattered all over the neighborhoods to pick up trash. The annual neighborhood cleanup is one of the association's most successful new partner ventures.
I think my favorite part is Stittings.
Virginia Hammer also helped organize the cleaning of Pine Hills' iconic mural and the World War II monument at the Point, now renamed DeWitt Park after former Governor DeWitt Clinton. Why does she do it? Because she doesn't want to be bored. She's retired, but by all accounts, she just cares and works harder than ever to make Pine Hills a better neighborhood.
Well, I'd like to have more people move into this area. I'd love for people to understand how great it is to live here, how convenient it is. I mean, how many neighborhoods have a movie theater?
That was Tim Lake reporting, and soon you'll see banners around the Pine Hills neighborhood. Virginia Hammer is behind that idea as well.
I think the flower pops out of the ground. It's her.
It's all Virginia. Well, Veterans Day is coming up this Saturday, and our servicemen and women can certainly never hear thank you enough. Local politician is making it easy for you to send a message. Assemblyman Angelo Santa Barbara adding this Thank a Veteran page to his website, noting it will be posted to the Assemblyman's website, blog, and shared through social media.
All right, if your windows are open at home right now, you might want to go close them. Let's check in with our chief meteorologist, Steve Caprizzo. You know, we've been living on borrowed time for a while with this warm weather. It had to get cold eventually.
Yeah, you know, we're getting the feel of November, something we haven't been able to say much of. And, you know, the plants, as we know, all messed up this year, blooming when they shouldn't be blooming. And if they're blooming, they're not going to be blooming much longer. Such is the case in Columbia County today. Received this picture this afternoon via email. This is an iris which was blooming still today. On November 8th, Tara Lynn sent me this. This is the Wade family's flower bed. I think those irises will be saying goodbye tonight, and if not tonight, the end of the week, Friday. It's going to get so cold around here. Get those winter coats, hats, and gloves out. You're going to need them. If you haven't taken them out yet this year, you will Friday morning when you step out the door. 30 at Ticonderoga, 29 at North Creek, 34 Manchester. Same temperature at Great Barrington. Hudson, low 30s, mid 30s around Albany. Johnstown, 37. 31 at Cobleskill. Let's check in with the weather watchers. And some of these temperatures, you know, I gather them through email from all my spotters and friends, and some of them may be 15 minutes, 20 minutes old. So they're probably 1 or 2 degrees colder in some cases because that's how fast the temperature's dropping. Kathy Buxton down to 16 this morning at Long Lake, 29, 30 at Indian Lake. It'll be in the low to mid-teens up here tonight. 29 in Stratford, 32 Gloversville. Greenfield Center, 34, 33 at Galway, upper 30s at Mechanicville, right around freezing. Whitehall to Hebron to Queensbury, 33 at Bennington, 33 in Wyndham, down to 30 in Summit. It was in the teens there this morning. 31 at Dwaynesburg, Steve Pearson and Clifton Park, 37. Grafton, 28, 33 at Pittsfield, and 31 at Adams. High pressure slipping east tonight. We're in that wedge of dry air. Now, let me show you this cold front. This is the strongest cold front of the season. This thing's going to pack a wallop when it comes through here tomorrow night in terms of wind and cold air moving in behind it. Look at these temperatures just north of Minnesota right now, single digits, and a chunk of this cold air is going to dive southeastward. So let's show you the futurecast. Tomorrow, partly sunny, a bit more clouds here during the afternoon. And then here comes the cold front. There's the band of snow showers, maybe a few heavier squalls, a little bit of mixing in the valleys. That blows through tomorrow night, then very windy and cold on Friday. Winds could gust easily over 40 miles per hour, so that will make wind chills in the teens here. Down to 24 tonight, near 10 in the Adirondacks. Partly sunny tomorrow, high of 49. Watch for that late night snow squall or snow showers with the cold front blowing through here. Partly sunny, windy, 30 Friday, 12 Saturday morning. Veterans Day, partly sunny, 38. Mostly cloudy on Sunday, 45. Cloudy on Monday, chance of a little bit of light rain or wet snow, Albany south and east, 41. Back up to 50 on Tuesday, partly sunny, and partly sunny, 48 on Wednesday. It's a cold night. Christina Ernie, mobile storm tracker tonight in Half Moon. I think we got to get you that winter hat and gloves.
Yeah, I think it's about time to break out those gloves, Cap. In just a matter of minutes, you can really feel those chilly temperatures. At least here in Half Moon, we're already down into the low 30s. But if you do want to step outside in your very warm winter gear this evening, it is a beautiful night to check out the stars, crystal clear skies. Live from the Mobile Storm Tracker, sponsored by Curtis Lumber, I'm Christina Ernie. Back to you in the studio.
All right, fill her up. That means it's time to give away another Mohawk Hudson gas giveaway card.
Caller number 10 wins a $50 gas card in the Mohawk Honda gas giveaway that we're promoting. 518-433-4295. Caller number 10. Dial carefully.
Let's go to Leon and see what's going on in sports.
Hey guys, well, Union and RPI will meet on the football field this weekend with the Dutchman shoes up for grabs, but there's more on the line than just that trophy this year. Coming up next in sports. Welcome back, everyone. This right here is the prize for the oldest college rivalry in the state of New York, the Dutchman Shoes Trophy, on the line this weekend for the 115th time. RPI could reclaim the shoes for a 5th straight year with the win over Union, and in doing so, the Engineers would also win the Liberty League title and punch their ticket to the NCAA tournament. But the Dutchmen also playing for more than just a trophy with a trip to a bowl game on the line.
It does mean a lot this year, and I think it's going to be reflected in what you see on the field. It's going to be a passionate game. Like, I could see this game being real tight and being real fun, and I'm just excited to be a part of it.
It's awesome to get another chance to play another game, especially just me being a senior. It'd be awesome to play another game. It'd be home too, which would just be awesome, another home game. So I can't wait. I can't wait for Saturday.
And none of these Union players have ever won the Dutchman shoes. They host the game at noon. All right, the early signing period opened today, and you know what that means. Pens, papers, college commitments galore all over the capital region. So let's start in Niskayuna, where a baker's dozen took the stage to celebrate that next step, including Olivia Owens, who will play D1 basketball at Maryland. And she said it's all a big relief.
There's other students who I go to school with, and they still don't know what college they want to go to, and it's just nice to know that it's all finally done and over with.
Absolutely. Now up in Saratoga, 20 total seniors signed their national letters of intent, and to do it as a group was meaningful.
The people I sign with are actually some of my best friends, and just like being able to sign with them is the best feeling.
I can imagine. Now, these are also some more signings from around the area, so congratulations to everyone who showed that hard work pays off. All right, we'll be back with more on News 10 ABC after this.
All right, luxury cars seized in criminal investigations up for grabs or auction today in Albany.
This 2007 Lamborghini coupe sold around $98,000. Wow. It was taken in a Medicaid fraud case, so proceeds from the sale go back into the Attorney General's Medicaid fraud unit. And that was not the only sports car. 2 others went out.
Probably doesn't get good gas mileage. No.
Yeah, don't want it.
You don't get them for gas mileage.
You're right. And here's the thing. If they had like a 99 Escort, I would be buying it.
You would have been right
all
there.
over that. I would have jumped all over it. Get ready, folks. Coldest weather of the season will be here by Friday.
We'll pay you to take it.
Next at 7, Fox 23, your next local news.
Good night.